1 p.m. case, Ryan Perlberg, Shot Tower LLC, trading as Willow, 811 South Broadway, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license, request for live entertainment. Everybody testifying, please step forward and raise your right hand.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. For the record, Melvin Jorgensen, 19 East Fast, would represent the applicant. This application to add live entertainment to the license. When they were originally in here, they indicated they were considering it at the time, and then wanted to get open as a restaurant, and they had very good reviews. They've met with the community. I think they sent a letter in saying they have everything was covered by the MOU when they first did it. It's Zone B32, so the zoning is for live entertainment. We have not too many letters, but there's people here from up and down Broadway, which I think is important. It's in the first exhibit would be a petition that has probably 45 to 50 names on it. They want to have, as they told the neighborhood, they have, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 piece groups, acoustical, DJ, something like that. I think they want to fill the void that one time with Max's, you know, but not Max was on a much bigger scale. Did we hear a story about Hootie and the Blowfish from Max's? But
No.
Back when they had live entertainment?
yeah, you know, it's a good
Hootie
story.
and the Blowfish?
Hootie, yes, played there. Hootie and the Blowfish played there.
Hootie,
You want to hear it or no?
no.
No, it's a good story.
All right.
And of course, Bertha's has it across the street, nothing there. So based on that, Mr. Rosen is one of the members of the LLC, as indicated on the application.
They'll be the full-time manager, or he already is?
He's there 5 days a week now. Mr. Perlberg's down visiting his grandmother and playing the heartstrings again in Florida. Mr. Ramsey Lewis over there. But
Do you have any other copies of the MOU other than what's in our file?
well, I had one in the file from before.
Because obviously, Mr. Perlberg, and I don't like to start any trouble with these MOUs, but when they are offered and they are signed or partially executed, I want to just make sure we have our ducks in a row. Because Mr. Perlberg, let me give you a heads up as I'm looking at here. Mr. Perlberg signed an MOU that appears to have been generated by FPRA. And again, this was 8 months ago. 9 was it? No, 9
May.
months ago. Yeah, last May. Mr. Perlberg signed the MOU, but FPRA, Mr. Pritchett's have not signed the copy that we have here. Now, if Mr. Perlberg were here today, the licensee, then I could get him to adopt the 4 terms of this MOU signed by Mr. Perlberg on May 8th, 2012 as license restrictions. But without Mr. Perlberg here, we're going to require further documentation.
Well, the ones that I have the same memorandum of understanding to it. I
Just
think.
with Mr. Perlberg's.
Yeah, and I thought that Mr. Pritchett said that he was going to be sending his, I don't want to speak for Mr. Pritchett,
Sure.
but it was my understanding they were sending it over. Let me see if I look one more time. But if necessary, when Mr. Perlberg returns, if you want to give a conditional approval that he'll agree to be bound by the terms and conditions of that 4-paragraph MOU, it'll be good to do that for you.
All right, well, let's try to do it. I mean, as I say, I still may want to get something further from you after this hearing's over. Let me first ask you this, so I know we're clear. You didn't draft this memorandum of understanding, did you?
No,
This was drafted, this is a form used by Fells Point Residents Association.
to the best of my knowledge, it is.
So there's been no alterations of the MOU once it was submitted by the community to your
No.
client? Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
That would be some substance of the applicant's case. Let me just take one more look here. I had something, no, I don't see it in here, but that would be some substance of the applicant's case.
All right, thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions?
What is this located next to?
So basically, there is. Oh, sorry. It's a few doors down from Jimmy's, and then followed by Jimmy's is Rye, and then
Stuggy's?
yes, and then right next to Stuggy's is Willow,
Okay.
and next to that is Cupcakes, which is the right. Yeah, it's my favorite place.
Let's get your name again.
Oh, Richard Rosen.
Richard Rosen.
R-O-S-E-N.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rosen. All right, any other questions, Mr. Rosen?
Um,
No, is there,
No,
I'm ready for
no.
you.
Aren't any.
All right, we'll go off the record then.
I do like to talk, so.
All right. What do you guys think? Again, I just wanted some follow-up on this. All right, we're going to go back on the record in the hearing phase. Board's going to go ahead and, we're back on the record. We're going to go ahead and make sure we indicate that we are considering the MOU that was signed by Mr. Perlberg. We're marking it as the applicant. We'll make it the agency's first exhibit. It's a letter from FPRA indicating no objection to a request for live music with a cover letter date of February 11th of this year. And it's attached thereto is a notice of non-objection that the association had signed or had delivered to the board back in May of last year. And finally, the last 2 pages are a MOU that was signed by last 3 pages. It's an MOU signed by Mr. Ryan Perlberg with 4 paragraphs. It has not been executed by the Fells Point residents. After
I
all
thought it
of
was an
that,
attachment, yes.
after all of that, we see there's a 4th page to the agreement, and it is indeed the signature of Arthur Perchetz, president of Fells Point Residents Association. So what we're going to do is we're certainly going to preliminarily approve this. What we do need, though, in order to finalize this, because Mr. Perlberg's not able to be here today, if you could have your client send a statement to the board indicating that he indeed intends to be bound by the terms and conditions of the MOU that we signed on May 8, 2012 with Fells Point Residents Association. All right? So we'll, subject to and expecting that statement to come from your client, the board will preliminarily agree under Article 2B, Section 10202A, that there's a public need and desire for this request. We see the petition in support, in addition to the non-objection, non-opposition by Fells Point Residents Association. So we certainly determine a public need and desire based on that, a de minimis impact on existing licensees, a potential uniqueness of services or products to be offered by your business, de minimis impact on general health, safety, and welfare of the community, including crime, traffic, parking, and convenience. So we're going to go ahead and approve this request again. A condition preceding to us granting it, though, is the letter from Mr. Perlman indicating his desire to be bound by said MOU at applicant's one. All right? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Good luck to you,
Thank you
sir.
very
Nice
much.
to see you, Mr. Rose.
Have a good day.
We're off the record.
Was that the decision phase?
Mr. Harvey, do you have East Monument?
No, I don't.
We got a 2
Gulf
o'clock?
Street.
Oh, okay.
That was the decision phase?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it does. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
No, this was in the, no, this actually, they made the original candidate and the application and it's the final. That's just 2 of them, might as well have 2 of them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why is it Bill Porter? Thought that was Mosby. See what I mean? See, you got me in trouble. Get me in trouble. Oh, so he was the mastermind behind it.
We're at recess until 2 o'clock.